Welcome to week 8. Let's get started with this. Thanks for being here. Our agenda is to basically finish the blog post that has all the material in it and reminder to take the survey at the end of the blog post. But first, we're going to talk about make me care. This is really what drives all of our creations. We want to make our audience care. I'm going to make you care. I'm going to manipulate you with the media. I just made you look where I wanted you to look. Okay? So you understand how visuals work and contrast and color and shape and movement. These are all elements that we use in music and visuals. It's pretty potent stuff. Now, obviously with music, it wouldn't be visuals, but we do the same thing with sound and contrast and whatnot. Structure matters. Structure moves you. It makes you feel. This is what we're doing, is we're learning about the structure that makes storytelling work. You want to care about structure. Okay, review. Make sure you sign in. Okay, tools. In the rooms. Why? A reminder. You need to structure your time. The only way people get things done is when they set an intention for a small chunk of time and then focus on that and then move on to the next thing. This will de-stress you. It will actually, you get a dopamine release when you achieve your goal, the timer goes off and so on. You get a chemical release, makes you feel good. Check things off. Do this. Okay? It's about focus. That's what we're practicing. People who are focused and set intentions are way more effective and less stressed. One thing at a time, set an intention and a timer. Okay, what are we doing each week? 6 different rooms. This is a reminder of how this works with each blog post that we fill in. Okay, you are focusing on one thing at a time on the chunk of the blog post that has the goal. And it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 60 minutes, but you set a timer, work on the content for that part of the blog post, and then you delete my instructions and then put your content in there. Okay, up to 3 hours. So you can see on this right here, as we move up through the document, you have the daily meeting and so on and so forth. This is roughly how much time. Now, sometimes I will change the amount of time for each room because I'm going to delete some rooms some weeks because we're not going to work in that room or on those concepts. Okay, but generally it'll all add up to 3 hours, including our meeting. Practice room, again, reminder, it's your voice. We're working on mastery, about 15 minutes. Classroom, it's theory. We're learning how to speak with your voice. And the tools that we work on is kind of like your voice, right? The lab, we play with it. We practice the language. Okay, and then we go outside and we think about ideas. We think of what to say with our voice. Okay, mild exercise. You also have to be ready to have lots of ideas if you want to have good ideas. Great creators are curious and generate a lot of ideas. That takes courage. Challenge yourself and be bold. Studio, we're learning how to tell stories with our voice. Okay? This is what we're doing in our classes, roughly this amount of time per week. Production, we got to get it out there. We have to speak our truth. The world needs to hear us. They need to see us. Great artists publish. Okay, we're going to be using various tools to publish, but you can see here generally what we're going to be using for each class. Okay, now, improvements for the class. I want to thank you to Nehemiah. Yes! Our new class structure in Schoology is influenced by Nehemiah putting together an example of what I talked about a week ago, and so thank you for that. It looks like this. Yay, appreciate that. Brenna had a question about what we were doing in the practice room, and that focused me to go in and make more sense. So I restructured it to make more sense. So remember, look at the verbs, follow the directions here, try that first. If it doesn't make sense, reach out to me. Alexander, if you're having problems with blog posts, Alexander reached out because again, EduBlogs is awesome, but sometimes they get blocked because they think they're being hacked or something like that. Reach out. They usually solve the problem within an hour. So if it happens, let me know. Malachi, nice job. Now, something new I'm going to try this week. When people get done with the blog post, I'm going to post an example at the top of the blog post you copy and paste into your blog. Now, I can't do that until I have examples, but some of the people who are done first that did a nice job, I'm going to take their examples and post them in. So after a day or two, when people are done with the project, I will post that. So if you're a little behind or you want to wait for inspiration, take a look at that. Amjet, right here, great example, okay, in game design. And Connor, great example here in whatever class this is. School of Rock, yes. Okay. Also, how to cite images. This is new on my YouTube channel, how to import a Creative Commons image and put it at the top of your blog post. It's really easy. Creative Commons, well, search.creativecommons.org has changed the process. It's way simpler. So I made a new tutorial. You should check it out. It's about 3 minutes. Yes. Okay, celebrations. Lindsay, great blog post. Again, speaking your truth is powerful. This has had ramifications throughout all of my classes. I've shared with other teachers of how important it is for us to understand students' perspective. So powerful, awesome. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing. Connor, celebrating the fact that you got your sound trap done. You've got your certificate in your blog post. Nice job. Malachi, same thing. You finished Sneak on the Lot. You put your certificate in your blog post. Awesome. And I just want to celebrate that. Okay, this week, goals. Continuing to work on tools. Final reminder, you need 3 things to be happy in class and work. Okay, you've seen these before, right? If I change the order a little bit, it's kind of fun. It actually it spells out AMP. Autonomy, mastery, purpose. AMP. You need your AMP. You need to get amped up. Your how, what, and why. Okay, that's just something. I had to share that. Questions, citations, I'm done. Have a great week.